Hey everybody, it's Latanya, aka the Travel Diva, and today I want to give you guys a little tutorial on how to properly boost a post on your Facebook fan page and the benefit that you get out of boosting posts. So as you can see, I have my fan page pulled up on the screen. And while I'm scrolling down to show you a particular post, I just want to let you guys know that Facebook has what's called an 80-20 rule when it comes to boosting a post or creating an ad to be sponsored by Facebook. And all sponsored means is that it is a paid ad. There's an 80-20 rule, which means it's 80% photo, 20% ad copy, um, or 20% words, if you want to think of it that way. This post, I actually advertised this on my fan page for a client of mine that was putting together a group cruise and was having problems for financial reasons getting her friends and family to reserve their spots on the cruise. I told her that I would go ahead and I would post it on my fan page and advertise it, and I actually decided to not just advertise it but to boost it to get as much exposure as possible. So, in order to meet that 80-20 rule that Facebook has, I make a practice, and this has been through trial and error because I have gotten some denied because they were too wordy. I basically keep my captions very, very, very simple. And the only thing I actually tell people is what it is I'm advertising. In this case, it's a 4-day Mother's Day cruise. Sometimes I include pricing, sometimes I don't. For this one, I actually did because I wanted to really draw attention to it. So I let people know that it was less than $400 per person, which for an all-inclusive, vacation is pretty cheap. I let them know the date it's departing, how long, um, the actual trip is, where it's departing from, where it's going. And most importantly, I always include my contact information on any post that I boost. And the reason I do that is because we all know, and I'm sure we've all experienced it, that a lot of times people will not go beyond your post um, to see, where your contact information is. So it's always really important that you include your contact information on your post to make it very easy for people to, write down the information and get in contact with you right away if they're interested. I'm also going to scroll down just to show you how this particular post performed. Um, if you kind of hover over, you might have to click it. Um, yeah, over this information, it'll tell you what your organic reach was and what your paid reach was. So out of the 2,434 people that were reached, um, with this post, 121 were organic, which means that those are people that are actually already liking my page. I have about 435, 36 people that actually like my fan page. So 121 is, it's okay, but it's not great. Of course, we all know the more eyes you have on whatever it is you're promoting, the more chances you have to convert, those people either into travel clients or into new business partners. So this tells you how, beneficial paid reach can be, because out of that 2,434 people that were reached, 2,313 of those people came from paid reach. Okay, so boosting posts is something that really should be added to your overall budget for promoting your business. I also if I scroll down a little bit further, I can also, see that I got, 70 plus likes on this particular post. I got, a few comments, and I also got one share. So that's all, good news. And if I wanted to go a little bit further, I could go and click on this anytime a boosted post, once your time ends, you will get a notification over here in the lower right hand corner of the post that you can click on to view your results, so you could see how boosting this post actually performed and see what it is you might want to tweak or change, the next time you decide to do a boost. So let's go ahead and click on that. Okay, so this is going to tell you, it's going to show, on the right side, the actual, post that you boosted. And it's gonna let so you can look at this information. How effective was the boost? So you can go through and it'll tell you again, what your paid reach was, the actions, and you can hover over the question mark, and it'll tell you what actions means, which is just the number of people who have liked, commented, shared, or clicked on the actual post. It tells you how much you spent. And then if you go down, scroll down a little bit more, it'll tell you, break it down even further, the actions, you know, 41 photo clicks, 23 page likes, and 73 post likes came out of that. And if you want to scroll over to people, it'll actually tell you, of the people reached, how many, what percentage were women, what percentage were men. It'll break down their age group, and you can use all of this information to, like, say for instance, when I boosted this, I boosted it to people age 18 to 65. um, but now that I see the results, I would probably want to stay in this 25 to 34, 35 to 44 range. So I probably want to set this the next time my age range, the next time I boost something like this, I'd probably want to set it, for age 25 to age 44, because that is where the majority of my activity came from, is from that age range, 25 to 44. So so this just gives you a breakdown, and then you can see, what you want to tweak for the next time. Now you'll notice you have an option to add budget. So if I wanted to, this boost actually ended. If I wanted to, boost this again, I could just add to my budget, and I could boost this for another day, or another, however many days I wanted to select to boost it for. So it's defaulted at $3, but if I wanted to choose my own, I could go in and I could put $1, and it's letting me know that at $1, it would I'd reach an estimated 800 to 2100 people, with this particular, if I wanted to reboost this. But I don't want to, because this has actually closed out, so I'm going to close it. And I'm going to scroll down and just go through kind of a mock post boost to give you guys an idea of what it looks like when you do it. So let's scroll down to one. Okay. So here's one that, it has whenever you post something on your page, you'll notice that in the lower right hand corner, it has an icon that says boost post. And this is what you're going to click on to boost a post. So I'm going to go ahead and click on this. And a screen is going to pop up that's going to show you exactly what your ad, what your post is going to look like when it drops into people's news feeds. And instead of having a date, because usually when you post something, it has has your name and it has a date. When you decide to boost a post, the date changes to sponsored. So I know all of you have seen, those posts that drop into your news feed sometimes from somebody, some company, some organization that you don't know, you're not following any of that. And it'll say sponsored under the name of, whoever it is that's doing it. And the only thing that sponsored means is that it is an ad that is being paid for and sponsored by Facebook. So now when your, ad or post drops into people's news feeds that you don't know, it's now going to say sponsored. So that just lets you know what that actually means. Um, and if you're not happy, because this is a preview of what it's going to look like when it drops into people's news feeds. If you see anything that you don't like, anything that you want to tweak, you can always hit cancel, go back to the original post and make changes, and then hit boost post again and come back to this screen and then just check it over here on the right to make sure it says everything that you want it to say, and then you can proceed to the left side. So you have a few different options under audience. You can choose people who like your page, you can choose people who like your page and their friends, or you can choose people you choose through targeting. Um, People you choose through targeting happens to be one of my personal favorites, simply because when you do that, you get the opportunity to choose the demographic, what areas, whether, you want to choose certain countries, you want to choose specific states, or you want to choose specific cities. In this case, I have a couple of audiences already saved. I've got local travelers and I've got U.S. and international business marketing. These are titles that I put, made up myself. U.S. and international business marketing is one that I used for promoting a post about the business opportunity. And then local travelers is, just what it implies. I'm trying to, reach people that are local to me to book travel with. But you can always create a new audience, and you would just click on create. You'd give it a name. You'd decide whether you wanted countries, states, or cities. You could, put in a mile radius. So this would be, I've chosen Los Angeles because that's local to me. And I want anybody who's within 25 miles of Los Angeles. My age group is 25 to 45 because I learned from the previous post that 25 to 44 is really where it seems to be hitting real good. And if you wanted to change the gender, you could choose, just men. You can target just men, you can target just women, or you could target both men and women by choosing all. And you can put in interest. So if this was about a business opportunity, you could change this and put in entrepreneurship, and it'll give you all these different defaults. So if you wanted to, so it'll give you some suggestions. So if you wanted to add, startup company, if you wanted to add small business, it gives you like some suggestions that you could add in, to capture even more people. Okay. So I'm not going to save this because I'm not going to boost this. I'm going to cancel. But once you do create it, you will see the audience that you selected here. So you'll see the locations you selected, you'll see the interests you chose, and you'll also see the age range. And then when you go down here, budget and duration, you will actually, get a chance to select your total budget for however many days you want to boost this particular post. So usually it defaults to either $5 or $10 is the initial default, but you can always choose your own. So say if this was defaulted to $10, it would let me know, it would already be $10 in here, and it would say that the estimated people reached would be between 1,100 to 3,000 people. Um, or I could, if I would just wanted to test it out to see what kind of response I was going to get, I could always go choose my own. And let's say I wanted to put in $2. I could put in $2, And it lets me know that for $2 for one day, my post is going to reach an estimated 400 to 1,000 people under these demographic, this audience criteria right here. So 400 to 1,000 people, it's estimated that's how many people will be reached. Okay, and you can set your duration 1 day, 7 days, 14 days. And then if you go down to payment, since I have already boosted a post before, I have payment information already saved here. When you initially boost a post, it's going to give you, the prompt to go ahead and enter your credit card information, all your billing information, etc. And on future posts, if you wanted to change this payment method, you would just click on change, and it'll take you to a screen. You'll probably have to enter your password again so people, so they recognize that it's you and know there's no fraud. And then you just go through, the prompts to go ahead and change your information, save, and then that would be the new information that would be there the next time. So you can, change it as many times as you need. Just know the next time you go to boost something, whatever information you used on the last boost is the same billing, information that's going to be used again until you change it. And your card is not charged until your ad finishes running. That's when your card is actually charged. So I'm going to cancel this because I'm not actually going to boost it. And I'm going to go, you're never going to get, now when your ad is approved, you're going to get a notification in your notification section that it was approved. But you're not going to get that notification through your fan page. You're going to get that notification through the page that is the administrator for your fan page, which is your original Facebook page. So we're going to click on this drop down arrow up here. We're going to click on, use Facebook as, whatever your main page name is. You're going to click on that. And then if you go to the notification section, I actually boosted a post earlier so I could save it and show you guys the notification. But you'll get something that looks like this, that lets you know if you see this, you're in good shape whenever you see this computer screen, or I think that's like a mock post. I don't know what that is. But if you see that and a green check mark, that means that your post was approved, you're good to go, and they've started marketing it to people's news feeds that fit within your audience and all that. If you happen to see this and it's red, that means that your post was denied, and you can click on it and it'll tell you the reason why. And 9 times out of 10, it's going to be because it had too many words. So that's where your notification is going to come. And you'll also get a notification via email as well. Whatever email is attached to your Facebook, you'll get an email there saying that your post has been approved. So I'm going to go back to my fan page. And let me go scroll down and show you that this is the one that I boosted earlier for that. I did it for $1. And so far, it's showing me that 49 people were reached, well, out of the 49 people reached, 11 was organic, which means people that are already, liking my fan page. And so far, 38 people have been reached through paid reach, and I just basically did this a couple hours ago. Another good thing to do that I like to do is I like to, once I boost a post, I like to go to the post and click on this drop down, and I like to pin it to the top so that when people visit my page, it's the first, thing that they're going to see is that post that I'm boosting. It's pinned to the top of my page. And if I want to see its performance, it's easier if it's pinned to the top, because then I can just go to my fan page and I can look at it and see what's been going on, and it just makes it a whole lot easier. So I hope that helps you guys. And the next video I'll be doing will be on how to create ads for Facebook, which are similar but different. It's a different process, to create an ad for Facebook, and they're very, very strict on pictures, how many words can be on pictures when you're doing an ad for Facebook, and so it's a little different format when it hits people's news feeds. So that will be the next video, but in the meantime, I hope this one was helpful, and I hope you guys will definitely use post boosting. I actually gained a new business partner from boosting that Mother's Day post, so it turned out to be pretty lucrative for me. And I'm looking, hoping that the same thing happens for you guys. So until next time, this is the Travel Diva, and I'll talk to you guys soon.